Hello and welcome to Crafting Unedited. My name is Sierra and welcome to the temporarily new Craftily Crafting Unedited shop. We recently moved, more on that later, and how not to move a Cricut in a whole craft room. And then how to as well, so keep an eye out for that tutorial or tips, tricks, whatever you want to call it, chaos. So today I'm actually going to be showing you one of my favorite vendors. They're doing a garment challenge, another one. I did one a few months ago. I really enjoyed doing it and they decided it was a hit, so let's do it again. So they sent us these canvas bags right here. This is what it looks like. Canvas tote. It's got these like canvasy feeling straps on both sides, a zipper, which is pretty, or not a zipper, sorry, an inside zipper pouch, which is pretty nice. And it's pretty big on the inside. You can't really see it. It's a big abyss, basically, is what I call it. But I really do love these bags. They're great for hitting yourself in the face with, but that's not the point. For the gym, for school, for work, for catch-all in the car, pretty much anything you can use these bags for. Love them. I actually have one sitting over there that is my gym bag, so they're usable. So the vendor that I got all this stuff from is Heat Transfer Warehouse. If you have not tried them out yet, please go on. I will drop a link. I'll put a comment or a link somewhere in the cards up here so that you can get on there and check some really cool products out. So they not only sent me this bag, but they did send me a whole lot of vinyl as well. So the requirements for this challenge, which do make it kind of tough, is they send you all of these colors and then some, but you don't have to use all of them. You only have to use a minimum of 4. So the design that I picked out, it's supposed to be your favorite superhero or villain theme, and I chose Black Widow. She's secretive, I can't talk today. It's been a long journey of moving, so I'm very all over the place. So Black Widow, she's always been a favorite of mine. She's got that whim on her. She's got that sarcasticness that I definitely share with her, but she's also a tough cookie and kind of tell it like it is person, but she's got a big heart and knows how to calm people. So I relate to that character quite a bit. So I will show you guys the image in just a moment of what I chose. Also the quote that I chose to go on it. It's pretty sweet. So I decided to use this Easy Weed Metallic. You can see here, EWM is what that stands for, Easy Weed Metallic 7013. And right here, they redid their labels, and I love it so much because not only does it show you like what it is and the product number so that you can easily search it on their website, but it also has a QR code. So if you need to reorder, you just scan that and it goes right on to their website to that exact product. Pretty sweet. Their website, but best of all, instructions. It tells you right there. You don't have to go find a sheet of paper or anything. 305, 10 to 15 seconds, medium pressure, and cold peel. How phenomenal is that? I need to make a book with all these stickers in it. Pretty sweet. And each one now comes with their own pretty sweet guide on it. It tells you all about it right there. And then these little peel here parts I appreciate so much because I always sit there and like try to grab all the tape off. This one I tried to use before and I failed miserably because I can't read instructions apparently, or I just did it wrong, or the instructions weren't updated. Who knows? But it tells you again right here. I think I had it on too hot because I'm pretty sure I had it on like 350, something like that. 10 seconds, definitely pressed for too long, medium pressure, and warm or cold. So it doesn't matter, it's a warm or cold peel. Anyways, so this is gonna be her uniform. I thought this would be pretty cool because her suit is all black with a couple of red hints here and there, but with it being like leathery looking, I felt like this looked more like a shiny leather, and it's just so cool looking. Plus, using a patterned vinyl is going to be a little bit tricky when layering a solid and 2 metallics. So stay tuned for the chaos of that. Anyways, so that's the product that I'll be using. I'll be using my Cricut Maker because I haven't set up the silhouette yet. Yes, I ordered it. Yes, I plan on doing tutorials on it. When? Who knows? We're only here in this house for about a year, and then we're gonna move into our forever home. So moving a craft room 2.0 will be coming after that one. So going on to my maker, which is set up over there, and the computer, be back in a flash. Alrighty, we're over by my computer now, which is just a Surface Pro at the moment because I don't have a big old monitor yet because I don't really have anywhere to put it yet. Anyway, so moving on. This is the image that I chose. Try to show you without dropping it. It's her with the logo and like a shattered glass image. Thought it was really cool, and it's gonna use 3 of the 4 colors. Well, 4 colors. So you've got the white on the outline, you've got the silver that's going in here, you've got the red, and then the black. So that's 4 colors. The quote that I chose, let's see if I have it pulled up still. Funny, I don't. I know most of it by heart, but I don't want to say the wrong one and then somebody get mad at me, so hold on. It's the quote that she said to Tony Stark. Was I can't say it. I can't pronounce it, but it's, and if you speak Latin, please correct me. Give me a pronunciation because I'd appreciate that too. Anyways, it says, I'm gonna do my best. Faleces sunt rerum species. What it means and why I chose it for my bag is basically she had asked, or he had asked her, Tony Stark asked Natasha Romanoff if she even spoke Latin, and that was her response. But it means the appearance of things are deceptive. Meaning in this small black bag here is going to hold everything. It's going to become like a Barney bag. So I will put in little line, like a little quote underneath the bigger quote, what it means, just so that I don't forget. Or I'll even like make it really interesting and put the actual meaning on the inside of the bag so that if somebody asks me what it means, I could be like, this is what it means. The appearance of things are deceptive. The appearance of things are deceptive is what it means. All right, so moving on. What I did was I got this image off of Etsy, and then I plugged it into, because it was a PNG or an SVG only. It came in a bundle. I can link that too if you'd like, or I can just drop it in a comment for those who want it. But I dropped it into PNG to svg.com and made it an SVG, and then I uploaded it into my Cricut design space, and now it is all ready for me to cut. And now I have all of my layers. You can't really see it because I'm in a room with really terrible lighting. Trying to hide it, it's not working very well. Anyways, so there you go. So it's now got, I should just screen share this, but we'll get there. Instead of having one layer as you would for like a print to cut, which I don't want to do because I need to use 4 different vinyls or more, will be more, I needed to layer it. So I used the offset feature for the white for the background, and I like using the offset for things that I have to layer. It just gives you a really good guide as to where to place your pieces of vinyl. I did that for the white, so that's color number 1. Color number 2 will be the black. I know you're thinking the bag is black. Why do you need black on there? Because I do. It's part of my 4 colors, okay? Okay, anyways, moving on. So I have white and black, and then we're gonna layer the red and the gray. I don't know which order Cricut will have me layer it or how I'm going to layer it, but that's the way that I see it. Her eyes and lips are red as well, so this could be interesting. So I'm gonna technically need 5 colors because yes, her soup will be this color and her glove. But now that I'm looking at that, the like cracked edges need to be solid black too. And thankfully, black is here in the bag that they sent me. So I will be using 1 more than the 4. So I now have 5 colors, which is great because I originally picked another design that I do really, really like, but I don't have like a peachy or a nude color. The closest thing that I have to peachy or nude color for her skin is this pink, and I did not like it. I like it, but not for her skin color. So we're not gonna use that. We'll move on. All right, so the next steps are gonna be for me to cut it and then layer it and press it. Cut it, weed it, then layer and press. I'm not gonna make you sit through that whole process. I will do it and then I'll cut it, get it all cut, get it all weeded, and then pop back on here to show you the layering and pressing process. I felt like that was gonna be a challenge to say, so I said it really slow. Anyways, moving on, I'm gonna go cut and weed and then I'll be back. Hello and welcome back to Crafting Unedited. I have my image completely weeded. No, it's not layered already, but I have stuck it together so you can kind of see what it's gonna look like. I changed it up a little bit from the picture because weeding, that's why. I hate it. It's the most annoying thing ever. But I like to, when I have images that have more than like 2 layers, I like to pre-layer it, meaning layer it before I press it. So I line it up the way that I want it to and I stack it the way that I want to press it. That way I know what order to go in when I'm ready to press. So that way I don't F it up. So we have layer 1 is the white backing. Peel that off. I'm gonna go ahead and place it on my substrate. I'm gonna move the camera here in a second. The way that it should go, that way, because I forgot which direction it went. And I also opted out from putting the words on the bag. Why? Time. And it doesn't fit on the bag. I made the image too big. You'll see in a second. So I have my heat press heating up to 300 for 30 seconds, but I'm not going to press each layer for 30 seconds total. I'm gonna press it for about 5 to 10 seconds, pull off the press, see how it sticks, and then press more if needed. But because we're layering, we don't wanna overpress or overheat it and mess up the glue and whatnot. So small spurts, a little bit hot, not too hot, kind of go from there. Got it? Got it. And primarily also because we have these different colors of, or different types of vinyl, each one requires a different setting. So I kind of went with the median. All right, so I'm gonna move the camera and point you guys down. My heat press is all done. Ignore the people across or next door because I'm still trying to transition. And then we're gonna have to transition again. So, oh, my camera does not want to stay. Stay put, please don't fall. Thank you. Stay there. Okay, so I have my, as you can see, it doesn't, nothing else is really gonna fit around it because there's 2 seams here, and then you got the seam on the bottom. I did pre-press it a couple of days ago, so it's pretty unwrinkly. I'm gonna close this. Just because it might help with the lighting. There we go, and my ADHD. All right, so we have the bag. And I have this on here because this is a plastic table and I don't want to melt the table. So, towel, bag, vinyl, centered, kind of, not really, ish, centered enough. All right, so we've got layer one. I'm gonna take my Off Nova heat press, give it a good pressing and hit the go button. Give it about 10 to 15 seconds to just so that it can adhere to the back, to the blank. And then we'll put on the second layer. Each one of these is different and I don't remember which is cold peel, which is hot peel. So we're gonna wing it. We're gonna find out. Okay. Ooh, that's hot. There's layer number one. Nice and smooth. Layer number two is going to be this silvery stuff. That was a major pain in my rear end to weed, and as you can see, I kind of gave up on some of it. It still looks cool, that's all that matters, right? And then we're gonna line this up as best as possible. Side note, and really good tidbit of tip information for you guys, is another reason why you don't want to overheat each layer is because when you heat iron-on vinyl, it shrinks. Therefore, your layers will not match up if you overheat it. So I don't have my butcher paper and I don't have my Teflon sheets because it's still in boxes under here somewhere. So instead of like just pressing it and hoping that I don't touch the excess, I kept the biggest layers mask and I'm just gonna put it right on top to make sure that I'm not melting any of my pieces that are hanging off. It's kind of hanging off a little bit. There we go. All right, layer number two, and press, same thing. This one is supposed to be a lower temperature than the plain, so I'm not going to heat it up as much, and I believe it's a cold peel, so it does need a few extra seconds to cool off before. That was about 15 seconds. I'm gonna let that cool, and in the meantime, I'm gonna peel this piece off of my press, this little plastic piece that I did not know was there. Put it down here in the trash pile. All right, let that cool off a little bit. Remove my, just in case, no melty mask. It's not cool all the way. It's still very hot. This is like a metallic one, so if you peel it too soon, you have two things that could go wrong. You could wrinkle the metallic looking stuff, or it's not gonna stick. It wasn't ready, so it wasn't sticking for me. Or it does what this part just did. I'll show you in just a second. It's still kind of warm. Oh, shit. No! It's still pretty warm there, apparently. Because that piece pulled up pretty sadly. Damn it. So instead of taking the heat over it again, all I do is just press on a little bit until it cools off. Hopefully it'll cool all the way now. That's better. Now we're in business. That piece is not wanting to stick down. There you go. I'm not overly concerned with it because it will when I press again on the next layer. Ah, it's stuck to my fingernail. That piece is a bust. I'll peel those off in just a second. So I have a couple pieces that did not stick at all the way they should have. So we're just gonna place them where I think they go and hope for the best. A little bit easier with the weeding tool. I don't know why it didn't stick to this one spot, that's weird. Or we're just gonna forget those pieces in general. So that's a pain. This one though is a little bit bigger, so it's easier to see that it's missing. All right, good enough. I'm not picky. All right, next we have the black layer. This one's gonna be the funnest to line up. Not really fun at all, honestly. Especially since there's parts that didn't stick. I think I got it. Close enough. Nope, it's way off. Layering is not my friend. This is why I like to sublimate. There we go. This is just so much work to get it like even close to spot on. Almost. I feel like that's good enough. It still looks really cool. All right. I'm still a little off. But not too bad. I don't know why it's being all shifty. Like I get one side and it's good. And this is what I mean by the vinyl shrinks if you overheat it. Okay, it's good. We're good. And so none of my white pieces are sticking out. We don't need that other layer. I'll put that there. Press away for about 15 seconds again. And then we have one layer left, and that is 4 different colors of vinyl from Heat Transfer Warehouse. Thanks, Skid, for sending and letting me do this challenge. The challenge was your favorite villain or superhero, and I chose Black Widow. Okay, that kind of works, even though part of the metal is missing. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Ow, it's really hot still. This is hard because it's so hot still. Now, obviously, there's lots of the other vinyl hanging out, so I'm going to use the, ooh, that lined up really fast. Degree of the mask on this one. Cover all my corners and press away. That red does not need very long at all, so I'm gonna give it about 10 to 15 seconds as well. Good pressure. And then let it cool because that does have to have a cool peel. So we're going to lift the bag up and let it breathe. The beauty of these bags is the inside zipper is not, it's plastic, but it's not getting to where it's gonna melt. I have melted these zippers before and it's not pretty, trust me. But it doesn't get hot enough to melt. Usually I'll stuff a blanket or towel or something on the inside, and I didn't need to do that with this one. All right. Let's see how she peels. This one. And then I'm gonna show you guys another little tip too. This one is good to go. Very nice, very nice. So when you layer and you have different sizes of masks, what's gonna happen is you're gonna end up with like crease marks. I don't know if you can see it on this one. Yeah, right there. You're gonna end up with crease marks from where like the outside of that layer was. So what I do is at the very end, when I'm all done with all of my layers, I take my largest mask. Again, I place it on top, all is one. Make sure it's nice and smooth. Get that on top of there, and then I just go over it with a nice, easy ironing. So just like you would if you were ironing a shirt or something. You don't need a lot of pressure, you don't need a lot of heat. I'll even turn my press off, but it's just enough to smooth out that creasing in that decal. All right. And then again, let it cool because it is that metallic stuff. And my crease marks are vamoosed. They're gone. And there's my bag. So it's Black Widow. She was originally supposed to have like pale peachy skin, but I only had light pink, and I feel like she would be upset at me if I gave her light pink skin. So I chose to stick with the white black background, and I chose the metallic red for her hair and the Black Widow X. I chose the thermo black for this and the webbing or the shattering, and the metallic silver, which I think is really cool what it did. It turned into like this flaky mirror looking product almost. I don't know if you can see that, but it's super cool. It's soft too. But like all these little spots around here where it's white, not silver, we're supposed to be silver, but weeding that was kind of a pain. I definitely recommend cutting several times before you try weeding it, especially if you have like little intricate pieces like this guy. Just major pain. And you can see here where this lined up really great. This did not. That has nothing to do with the vinyl. However, the operator, I don't know what happened. But yes, that's what happened. Anyways, the quote that I was going to put on there is supposed to say, maybe I'll put it on the back before I take pictures of it for the challenge, but it says, Lucio Eneo Seneca, which means the appearances of things are deceptive. Reason why I was going to put it on the bag is because it looks like a medium tote. But as we all know, especially as mothers and parents and females in general, those bags, these bags hold the world. It's like a Barney bag in here. Everything gets lost. Always. So the appearances of things, i.e. the bag, is deceptive. And that quote came from when Tony Stark asked Natasha Romanoff if she actually spoke Latin. My favorite quote. So that's it. Anyways, so thank you Heat Transfer Warehouse for allowing me to be part of this challenge and sending me the bag and all of the vinyl, all the good things. And thank you for being a partner. I love working with you. If you haven't tried out Heat Transfer Warehouse yet, do it. I'll put a link in the bottom. You'll be able to search all the products that I use today and any other products that you might need for your crafting fun. So that's really all I have for you today. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good fun stuff. And please go check out Heat Transfer Warehouse. They are phenomenal. Their customer service is great. I think being a partner with them was one of the best things that I've done. Not just as a business, but as a person. They really do a lot for their people. So I do appreciate that. Until next time, happy crafting.